All right, hello, collective. So we got a little bit of this reading done already, but I had a little technical issue with my phone. But we have the Sun, the Ace of Cups reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. So really, with all of this, with all of the planetary alignments happening today, with the new moon happening tonight, just with all the things that are going on, pay attention because today is really going to be a day to show you what you need to do, what you're doing to almost quantum leap, if you want to say that term, but showing you what you aren't nurturing and what isn't working for you. These things could do with people, these could be places, things, works, ideas, however, but there is this higher self acclamation that's kind of happening, that's showing you what you're desiring to go towards, what you're desiring to do, and how to work on those things without overnourishing it and undernourishing yourself. And just really paying attention to that at this time, whether it's, again, like a job or person, place, thing, however, because there's this juggling between, oh, should I do this, should I do that? That doesn't need to happen anymore. There is this solution that you know already. That's the solution that you're looking for. It's the path that you've been waiting to see, and it's coming to you in thought forms, in very obvious thought forms, and obvious patterns that you may be like, oh, well, I should be doing this instead of that because this is keeping me from doing that. And you're catching yourself in these like small excuses that you might have made in the past and allowed to just slide by, and now it's no longer able to slide by. Yeah, with the Two of Wands, it's like now that you have this full direction, there's like this passion. There may even be and a goal that you now have, a revised goal. You might have been doing something for one reason, and now you're like, you know what, I'm going to do it for this reason instead. I want to do it for this reason. There's a new funding that I'm receiving. There's a new there's just a new funding for what you're doing. So paying attention to that. Your plans are still the same, your direction is still the same, but there's more funding. There's more energy backing it up. With the Knight of Cups even kind of just helping me say this as well. It's allowing you to have clearer thoughts, because now it's just not you. It's you and something else, someone else, however this is. And it's pushing you towards your goals more. It's fueling you. You might even be getting a little bit of anxiety or like heart chakra activations that are causing you shakiness and all these things. And this is to show you that you have a new grounded idea. You have a new grounded funding that's allowing you to move forward. And it's pushing towards these thoughts. It's pushing towards the realm of the swords. And it's allowing you to see what you need to do, what you're actually desiring to do, and how to do it as well. So really stay focused with that, stay grounded with that energy, and don't hold off to the last second. When you're faced with these ideas, when you get these thoughts, don't hold off to the last second to do these things. Make sure you're doing them the second that you do, so that you can reap the best benefit, because this is showing you past cycles of, oh, let me do this later, or, I want to do this, but I want to do this as well. And you need to do one of those things first, right? It's showing you, even with the Ace of Wands reverse, don't let the funding for that idea that you've been wanting to bring to life, bring to a grander prosper, don't let it fall flat this time. Don't let it fall flat due to wanting to do something else. So let's give a good example for this. So let's say, because I like to use the baker example, it's easy. Let's say you're wanting to be a baker, right? And you first need to learn how to just bake a cupcake, right? But then you're like, yeah, but I don't really want to bake cupcakes. I want to go bake like actual cakes instead. But you have to learn how to, make a smaller one. It's the same thing in band. Even though you're not going to play a woodwind instrument, they're going to have everyone on like a brass instrument. They're going to have everyone on trumpet, or they're going to start everyone off on the recorders, really. And then you learn from the recorder, even if you're not going to be doing breathing exercises, because let's say you're in percussion or something, you don't need to do breathing exercises. It's still something you need to go through so that you can understand the grand scheme. And this is kind of what the Divine's pushing you to do at this time, is to see why you're doing something. Remembering the why, gaining more access to this new why, this new reasoning. And this is the reason why it's causing imbalance. This is why even in this imbalanced state is because You've been getting these new ideas, you've been getting this new funding, you've been getting used to this new funding even, and now it's at this point to where you're needing to really see like the full stature of things. You're needing to really see what this funding actually even is for you, and where it's coming from, and the thoughts that are being created by it, and the feelings that are being generated by it, and your actions that are, that are being happening by all these things. You're needing to re-talk to yourself. You need to re-ground yourself. You might have found yourself within a new love relationship or a new liking with someone or a recent breakup, and you're needing to ground yourself at this time as well, because the answers that you're really seeking for are going to be coming to you. And it's like, we need you to be ready. We need you to be open. We need you to be accessible when these things come in, when this information comes in. So keep a journal on you. Journal, make notes today, throughout the day, and really just keep awareness of what's going on. And when you're talking to people, pay attention to the conversations that you're having. Pay attention to the words that are being transpired with that individual, because that's also going to show you a grander scheme of what needs to happen. There's not a need to choose a different path. It's the path that you have is already being planned and schemed for you at this time. So don't fall for any other option. It doesn't seem like you will either, but temptation's always going to be there no matter what, because it's time to get moving. It's time to go. So don't allow one new idea or a new thing that's going to stir up your emotions stop you from doing what you're doing. Even let's say, even if you meet someone with a relationship and you're no longer wanting that relationship, there's a reason why you started it that's deeper than just that relationship with that individual. So keep pushing forward even if it fails. If you're going through that breakup, let yourself soak inside of that so you can really see what's really going on, what you need to do moving forward. You might have struggled with the past by just allowing that new energy, that new waveform to come in and throw you off your rocker and create patterns that are not sustainable or viable for you. They don't give you that nutrition, that nurturing that you need. And there's a need to watch out for that. Don't succumb to the world. Don't allow your fear coming from outside views corrupt and distort what you desire and what you truly want, because this is how you get your goals. This is your dream. This is the life that you're trying to build up and curate with yourself. So allow yourself to have that patience with yourself and to really sit down and agree with yourself with, this is what I want. Sit down today with that. You really do need to do that and nurture what the Divine Mother's already given you with the feelings. Do you like this thing? Do you like this place? Do you like this person? However this is, and move forward with that and allow yourself to really become vulnerable and sensitive to it, so that you're not stuck within past patterns. And that's going to take you to connect to yourself, especially if this is a relationship with an external individual. Connect with yourself first. Make sure that you're giving yourself what you need. Make sure you're talking to yourself. Make sure you're really getting down, like, oh, I feel this way about this person. Why do I feel this way about this person? Let yourself really soak in so you know what you're doing, so that when you get to using that funding, it's not just kind of sporadic. Still, it'll have a direct motive, a direct location to go. This is why things have been working out in the past with certain things. There's been a motive, but there hasn't been a direct motive. The motive gets wishy-washy, and it kind of throws things off whack. With the Three of Wands even, just inspect the waters before you take your leap off. This is what you really need to be doing, is inspecting the water. What's in the water? What ships are in the water? Why is the water yellow? Why is the sun reflecting off the water in that sort of way? What's going on with that? Look at the things that you regret. Are you getting into situations due to past things that you regret? Are you getting into situations because you regret not being able to do it for yourself? Are you getting into these situations and into these connections with people, places, and things because you feel unable to? Check how you're talking to yourself as well as to other people, and what you accept in, so that you're not over expanding on things that aren't for the best of you. And that's how you're going to get this green light to move forward, the Chariot, the Victor, the End card. It's how you know that you're going to be on the right path. But first you have to go through this order of operations to see what's funding you and why is it funding you, and moving with that funding. Even when you don't figure it out, just ask yourself along the journey, like the funding and what you're really wanting to do with it and what you're really desiring with it as well. So really pay attention to that. Really stay focused on that. Yeah, again, with the Lovers, you need to connect with yourself. There's this higher self that's trying to speak to you and really guide you through this smoothly. And it just takes you that patience, that time to sit back and really indulge into yourself and know what you want is what you want without panicking, without feeling like one thing's the other. And I've noticed something as well with the Lover card on this. It's painted backwards. I don't know why it's painted backwards. But be sure that you're not doing something backwards as well. Yeah, because there is a bit of a disconnect. You're not engaged with the other half of yourself. There is something that you might be doing backwards. You might be taking actions and then letting those actions fuel you, and instead of just letting the feelings fuel you to do those actions. So making sure you're not doing that. Because if you are doing that, that's why things aren't really going the way that you're desiring to. That's that disconnect. But when you fix that and you start moving that correct way, things are going to start aligning better for you. Things are going to start working better for you. Things are going to stop being so rushed and being more authentic, in the sense of you not wanting to feel rushed, right? And you not needing to be rushed. With the Knight of Wands even, just really don't worry about how fast these ideas are going to come. Don't worry about the time frame of it. That's the trick. That's the trap. Things will take their time. Things will come when they need to. Everything's going to work out perfectly for you the way it needs to. Allow it to work out. Don't try and rush ideas. Don't try and force anything. Don't allow time to make things shaky. Don't allow the physical realm to make things shaky. Just move forward the way that you need to, the way that you're desiring to, so that you aren't in such of a panic anymore. Because that's not nurturing the physical. That's not allowing you to nurture what you have around you. That's not allowing you to connect and really delve into the deeper bits of why you're doing something and the care that it takes. So you're really needing to learn how to read your realm at this time. And the realm is what you're involving yourself directly in, because what you're involving yourself directly in is showing you exactly who you are in this point in time. And there might be some false ideas, some false beliefs, some false thoughts, I should say, that are keeping you from seeing what's really going on, because you're not seeing a crowning thought. You're just running with something, hoping that it's going to work whenever you need to really dive into it and see what's going on. And that doesn't mean to overwork. That doesn't mean to overstimulate yourself. That, don't overpick at it. Give yourself that rest. But again, don't just allow yourself to relax when it comes to something on the physical. Don't be overbearing on yourself or anyone else for that matter. And then things are going to start sprouting on their own. Then you're going to start seeing the ideas kind of moving on themselves. You'll start seeing the energy from the divine moving. While you work on the thoughts that you're dealing with and the planning of all these things that you need to do, you'll be able to work through that while the divine does the other thing. And you may know this with the Hangman being upright. You may know this, but you're still in this suspension. You're still in this, I don't know, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that energy. And that's not really the case. That's not really something you need to be focusing on. That's what needs to be transformed and transmuted, so that you're no longer stuck within these rational minded self. So you're no longer stuck within the back and forth motion between what you actually want and what you're creating, and then needing to just sit with the benefit of the benefit being the lesson of the past cycles, but really just paying attention to your own toxic cycles as well, and making sure that you're not overextending yourself in ways that are unrealistic or uncharacteristic for you and who you are as well. But all of this is really just showing you that the alignment today with the planets is to also get you more aligned as well with what you're wanting. This is a big break for a lot of people. A lot of the starts of their new life or their new adventures are happening. So really just pay attention to that, and just keep yourself in that balanced state. Just keep yourself in that balanced state. Just pay attention to how you're thinking, to how you're feeling, and be sure to change those thoughts and feelings to your advantage whenever you feel them, not just whenever they pop up, but whenever you feel them and overstand them, then you can start changing them and transmute them. Sometimes you want to change them immediately, and that's kind of how you get trapped. You might even feel like you are in a trap, but this isn't a trap. This isn't something that's going to fall flat for you. This is a blessing in disguise for you that you're needing to kind of focus on more. When it comes to losing a safety zone, something that's comfortable for you, a security that you're going to need to like let go of for something new to come in, not to be emotionally attached to something, allowing something just to be, so that you aren't restricted or putting any external or internal force on yourself or anything else, right? Because that might be a pattern that you go through a lot. Just, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this like immediately, and if I don't do this right now, everything's going to fall apart. But are you doing that because you feel like everything's falling apart already, or is it because you have been feeling that? You know what I mean? Have you been telling yourself it so much that you're believing it, or how you need to compare your rational mind to what's going on and be like, is this really what's happening, or is this what I'm trying to avoid creating, right? And this is the Jupiter energy that we're kind of in, the growth, your talent, spirit's really speaking to you at this time and showing you, hey, you have good luck on your side, but you need to grow with it, because you can't just have good luck and still be at that small level, that small game. You need to level up with it so that it keeps benefiting you, so it grows with you and it won't stop. This is what you need to connect to at this time. This is what you really need to see, because if something's not reflecting the way that you want, or if you feel like things are becoming less being in a lesser energy than what you're desiring, that's what's happening. That's why things kind of feel like a downgrade, because you might be selling yourself short by thought programs or however, but your angels want you to know that they're around you, and they're just giving you this warning so that you can see what's going on. You can see the full truth of a situation rather than seeing what you're being eluded by or being tricked by. This is just a path that you have to choose. This is your growth cycle that you just have to be aware of. So just really pay attention to that at this time. And don't over pressure yourself. Don't make it so stressful on you. Make sure that you're really nurturing yourself in the ways that you're needing to, so that everything can come into complete union and fruition in the way that it's supposed to. I'm going to get a few more cards of this and use the animal cards, and then we will be done. So again, this is like prayers you've been doing, if you've been doing spell work or something, however, whatever you've been doing, it's working. You just might not be seeing the signs of it. You might not be able to see where you're heading, but spirit's moving you. You're moving with spirit, with this new passion, with this new energy, these new ideas. They're moving you closer to the goal that you're wanting, and you just got to break more out of that shell. You just have to break out of that shell more, because you're not repeating any more cycles. This is no longer complete cycles that keep you in this energy of lack and this energy of feeling like you're stealing or feeling like you're being robbed of things. This is the break of that cycle, and you need to be there to break it. This is the test of Saturn for you to start this new life, and you can pass it, and you are able to. The divine just needs you to really break the illusion that's around you and start moving with love. Start moving with what you desire to do. Move with your north node, because your north node is what's going to allow you to end these cycles, of feeling like you're running out of time, that you don't have what it takes or can do these things. It's this self-doubt that's being eliminated during this time, and this self that can only be eliminated through thoughtful thinking, through a really in-depth process of seeing things for how they are and what they can do, rather than what they're not doing. You know what I mean? So let's get some animal cards, and we'll see what's going on with this. I'll shuffle 2 more times, and I'll take the top and the bottom. I have a few animal cards, that's good. So we have Cougar, leadership. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. Dolphin, which is peace. The gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace to your life and those around you. Trust your instincts and intuition rather than overthinking things. Hedgehog, trust. This is a reminder that even if you feel others don't understand or get what you're doing, it's no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. You are more than worthy. Badger, which is endurance. Whatever you seek, your tendency and faith will be paying off. Know that no matter the temporary conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that is best for you. Panda, which is boundaries. Your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura, and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul with the same gentle love and support you offer to others. Tiger, which is patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Ant, perseverance. This is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so ambitious. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Slow down, don't rush, work carefully, and learn to accept help from others. And last but not least, B, which is productivity. It is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get there. But without further ado, that is the message that we have for the rising. If you would like to donate to the business, donate to the tarot classes, you can do so with the links in the description. For the fundraiser, I should say. If you're wanting to donate to me regardless or however, you can use those links or just donate through YouTube. If you're interested in my services, you can use my email to contact me, or you can use the website that we have to contact me as well. Either way works. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here. I love each and every one of you to the moon and back, tenfold and forever. Thank you all so much for the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, whether they're energetic or financial. And I will be seeing you all later.